Hello everybody, this is JD. I'd like to start a movement. I would really like to start a movement. I'd like to raise money to, but I need help from you all to start passing this video around. I want to raise money to put a monument in Washington, D.C. between Lincoln Memorial and the Capitol building. We could call it the Obama Monument of a failed government that failed to listen to its people. What it'll actually be is a whole bunch of tents running from Lincoln Memorial right up to the Capitol building. We'll rent some outhouses, and everybody who lost their homes will come up there and live. We could call it Obama City. The bailout capital. While Obama gave all this money to the rich, so the rich could give themselves bonuses, so the rich could keep themselves employed, the lower class lost the jobs. The lower class lost their homes. The lower class is put out on the streets. So Obama could give billions to companies, quote unquote, too large to fail. They're cutting back on schools. They're cutting back on aid. They're cutting back on Medicare so that Obama could put in a medical program that gives nothing to anybody but put his name on it. Yes, I'd like to put a tent city that stretched from the Capitol building all the way to Lincoln Memorial. And we could call it Obama's failed government. The city of tomorrow. What do you all think out there? We could show the world that we're no different than any other country. We have a lot of our people out of work. A lot of our people who live in the streets. A lot of our people who can't afford to buy the food for their own children. Who can't afford to buy clothes for their own children. We could call it the living monument to the failed Democratic Party policies in our government. The Obama plan. And let the world see the truth. But to do that, I need lawyers to register it, because we're going to put it in the National Monument. And when I become president and I put every one of those people there, in their homes, in a job, then we could put some rigid tents there with statues and let it stand for all to see what happens when a government fails to serve its people, but only the rich. It's a national monument by the people. I mean, after all, he thinks he's as great as George Washington, Thomas Jefferson, Abraham Lincoln. Should he not have a monument there to show his accomplishments? I mean, I think we ought to have a monument to Obama, showing what a failed government in this country can do to the people. Why, the yous out there lost your home. AIG people got millions in bonuses, billions in bonuses, probably with everybody, when every one of them should be unemployed. They should be the ones losing their homes. The people working in AIG should be where the people who lost their homes are. But they're not. With only approximately $3 billion or maybe $30 billion, we could have stopped the foreclosures of every single house in this country. The IRS could have bought up every single foreclosure and got with the people and worked out ways so they could stay in their home. But instead, he wanted to give hundreds of billions to the people at the top and say, here, party on, basically. Oh, big money's going to hate me. Why can't we? I might need some local state militias to help, to protect these people, to ensure that the state, federal government, and the city of Washington, D.C. do not arrest them, because they will be part of a living monument to the failed policies of Obama. You all been talking. You're going to need them to protect the people. Are you all willing to stand up for the truth and help me raise the money to buy the tents and to put the monument up? That is something for you guys to think about. I would love to see a tent city in Washington, D.C. that goes from Lincoln Memorial to the Capitol, filling that whole area. We would need a massive organization to feed those people. It would take money, but I think the American people have it. And I think we could do it. We will call it a living memorial, a living monument to the failed policies of the Obama administration and Congress. Can we do it? American people, do you have the guts and the will to do it? I know if we put the tents up, the people will come. To fill them. I know if we gather together and provided them the protection that they need, that monument could exist. And it'd be there to remind Congress every day how they failed the American people. And I'd be staring down every congressman who looked out the window, every senator, every House representative, every single one of them, how they failed the American people. And Obama would not be able to get to Congress to do his meetings and spiels without passing by it and seeing what he has significantly been able to do. What do you all think? Do you think we could put a monument, a living monument, in Washington, D.C. to the policies of Obama and the Democratic Party? I think we ought to. I'm willing to contribute. If you think we ought to, let's get started on it. Let's put a living monument on the green to the failed government of Obama and a Democratic Congress. Thank you.